After the age of 60, a quiet fight starts inside the body. You can't see it, but you can feel it in every action. Getting up from a chair, rising a few stairs, and carrying a supermarket bag used to be easy, but now they appear to take more strength than they should. It's not simply getting older. Your body is softly telling you that your muscles need care before it's too late. Something deep inside your cells starts to shift. Have you ever thought about why this happens, even when you try to eat healthy and stay active? Most people think that bone broth is the natural treatment, but new research demonstrates that the true battle happens deeper, inside your muscle cells, where power is really gained or lost. Sarcopenia is the name for this steady decline in muscular mass and power that comes with age and takes away independence. This message is especially for people in their 60s or 70s. It's not too late to make things better. If you've observed that your arms are getting thinner or your legs are getting tired faster, you might be surprised by what happens next. The good news? You can start over. In this episode, we'll talk about what really causes sarcopenia, why bone broth alone can't stop it, and which daily food, backed by decades of nutrition study, can actually restore muscle strength and help you stay active, confident, and independent far into your later years. If you're new here, please subscribe before we start. This channel is all about health advice for seniors that is based on evidence, natural cures, and lifestyle changes that can help protect your heart, make your bones stronger, sharpen your mind, and give you more energy. Sign up today and you'll always get the newest science-based advice for remaining strong and active, all explained in a way that makes sense so you can implement them right away. What really happens to muscles as they age? Sarcopenia doesn't show up all at once. It moves gently, like a dimmer switch that lowers your strength one notch at a time. Most people start losing 3 to 5% of their muscle tissue every decade when they are around 40. However, few people realize it until their favorite walk feels heavy or the stairs appear steeper. Scientists used to think that this steady decline was just a normal part of becoming older. But recent research from the National Institute on Aging and Tufts University shows that your muscles aren't given up. They're just waiting for better instructions. The body's power grid mitochondria are small power plants that live inside each muscle fiber. They make the energy that keeps your body moving. Over time, some of these power plants stopped working, which meant there were less sparks to keep things moving and fix things. The nerves that govern those fibers also alter. Their protective covering gets thinner, which slows down the signals that tell your muscles to move. You may still feel strong, but the time it takes to react gets longer, and there is a slight delay between thinking and action. That can sound complicated, but the main point is that your muscles slow down when their signals are weaker. The 3 changes that cause sarcopenia: scientists have found 3 main alterations that quietly decide whether your body keeps building or starts to break down. 1. Decline in hormones. Growth hormone, testosterone, and estrogen are hormones that are important for your body to heal itself. After midlife, these hormones start to drop, which slows down the normal repair cycle. They are the people in charge of making muscles grow. The workmen still come, but the plans are late as their signals fade. Visual cue, scaffolding that is only half built and workers waiting for designs. Reassurance. With the right diet and mild muscle training, the body may relearn these signals. 2. Inflammation. Without sound. Over time, your immune system can become a little too active, creating a regular stream of inflammatory chemicals. This is what scientists term inflammaging. It's like a thin dust settling over a workshop. It doesn't hurt, but it makes every repair take longer. Don't worry. Salmon, olive oil, leafy greens, and berries are all anti-inflammatory meals that help clear the dust and let your body's builders breathe again. 3. Resistance to anabolic. Anabolic only means to grow. In other words, anabolic resistance indicates that your muscles don't respond to growth impulses anymore. When you're young, a modest amount of eggs or fish yells build. After 60, the same meal just murmurs. The nutrients get there, but the message doesn't. The construction site inside. Imagine that your muscles are always working, like a construction site. In your 30s, it buzzes with activity. Cranes lift, workmen replace broken beams, and fresh materials come in every hour. By the time you're in your 60s, half of the workforce has retired, and the other half is waiting for high-quality supplies that are high in leucine. Leucine is the ignition switch that begins the machines and tells everyone to, let's rebuild. Without it, things stop moving forward. Bone broth and tiny snacks might help, but they don't usually include enough leucine to make the conversion. When the work gets slower, these changes develop slowly over the years, but the good news is that your body is always listening and ready to respond when you give it the correct care. The impacts spread when construction slows down. Less muscle means slower reactions for keeping your balance and a higher danger of falling. Your body has a hard time controlling blood sugar when you have smaller storage tanks. Muscles give the immune system amino acids to fight infections. Therefore, if your muscles are weak, your defenses may be poor too. But muscle is also one of the organs in your body that can change the greatest. It always knows how to rebuild. Science gives us hope. McMaster University and the University of Birmingham did research that showed older persons who added quality protein and modest resistance training to their routines gained muscle mass in just 12 weeks, even those in their 90s. Modern nutrition studies and many real-life examples show that you can regain muscle even at the age of 80. You need those fibers for every meal, every step, and every stretch. The builders in the body may slow down, but they never stop working. They're just waiting for their next job. Why bone broth can't do it all by itself? For a long time, bone broth has been a sign of comfort. It feels therapeutic before you ever taste it. A steaming bowl after the illness, a family recipe passed down from one kitchen to the next. And in a lot of ways, it is. Warm broth hydrates the body, gives it nutrients like calcium and magnesium, and its soft heat calms down sore joints and digestion. But the story changes when it comes to growing muscle back up and stopping sarcopenia. You can't build something just by being comfortable. The collagen comfort and what it can't do. Collagen is a fibrous protein that breaks down into gelatin when bones and cartilage simmer for hours. This is why bone broth is so well known. Collagen is what binds the body together. It makes skin, ligaments, and tendons stronger. But scaffolding by itself can't repair a house. The body needs all of the essential amino acids, especially leucine, isoleucine, and valine, to build new muscle fibers. These amino acids are like the keys that start muscle growth. Collagen has a lot of glycine and proline, which are good for connective tissue, but not much leucine. The motors of muscle synthesis never turn over without that spark. The leucine fire researchers at the University of Texas Medical Branch found that leucine works like a biological ignition key. When there is enough leucine in the blood, it turns on a natural pathway called mTOR, which urges your body to start building new muscle now. Without that signal, even eating a lot of protein won't get the engines going. Older people usually need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal, which is about the same amount as 3 large eggs or a palm-sized piece of fish. This is the same as 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. In comparison, 1 cup of bone broth has less than 0.2 grams. It heats you up and makes you feel better, but it doesn't send the build command. Why bone broth still feels good? So, what makes bone broth good for us? Because it feeds in other ways. Its warmth helps with circulation and relaxation. Gelatin helps keep the lining of the gut healthy, which helps the body absorb nutrients. Glycine and proline are amino acids that nourish connective tissue. This makes joints more flexible and skin more resilient. Bone broth calms you down, but it doesn't make you stronger. It's like a candle in a frigid room. It gives forth pleasant light, but it can't fix the walls. From comfort food to full meal, Traditional diets from all around the world automatically solve this problem. Older people in Japan eat miso soup with tofu or egg in the morning. In the Mediterranean, chickpeas or barley are added to chicken broth. In South Asia, lentils and bone soups cook next to each other. Long before science discovered leucine, each culture combined collagen's comfort with protein's building. So don't throw away your bone broth. Simply raise it. Add eggs, fish, or beans to make a complete meal for recuperation. The broth rehydrates you, the protein rebuilds you, and together they wake up your strength. And this is where science draws the line. After years of arguing, research has finally come to an agreement on what really builds muscle. Collagen peptides in bone broth are good for your joints, skin, and gut because they help rebuild connective tissue with the amino acids glycine and proline. But they don't start muscle protein synthesis on their own. Experts in sports nutrition and gerontology from the International Society of Sports Nutrition say that only complete proteins, which have all 9 essential amino acids, may correct sarcopenia. To sum up, eggs, dairy, lean meats, soy, beans, and lentils are the actual builders. To put it simply, bone broth makes you feel better. Collagen links. But leucine makes things grow. Your muscles require more than just warmth to fight sarcopenia. They need the biochemical signal that urges them to grow. Add a dose of full protein, and that calming cup turns into more than comfort. It becomes strength fuel. Eggs, the real hero for building muscle. If bone broth is comforting, then eggs are building blocks. Inside that smooth, basic shell sits one of nature's most perfectly balanced foods, a small package of protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals that can develop life from start. An egg is one of the best foods for rebuilding muscle and preventing sarcopenia. What makes eggs different? There are roughly 6 to 7 grams of complete protein and the right amount of all 9 necessary amino acids in each entire egg. These are the exact things your body needs to fix and build muscle. Eggs are also a good source of leucine, an amino acid that starts the process of building muscle. One large egg has about 0.5 grams of leucine, and when you consume 2 or 3 of them, that's enough to turn on the mTOR pathway, which is your body's internal muscle-building switch. Visual cue, little animation of egg proteins breaking down, leucine molecules glowing, and the mTOR switch turning on inside muscle cells. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a groundbreaking study that demonstrated that older people who ate entire eggs after working out gained more muscle than those who only ate egg whites. It wasn't just the protein that made the secret work. It was the way the nutrients in the yolk and the amino acids in the white worked together. The yolk, nature's way to heal. For a long time, people mistakenly blamed the yolk for cholesterol. We know better now, though. The yolk has good lipids that help absorb nutrients and control hormones like testosterone and estrogen, which are both important for keeping muscle after the age of 60. It also has vitamins D, B12, and choline. Vitamin D helps keep calcium levels in check and muscles working well. Choline keeps nerve signals safe and stops muscles from getting tired. The healthy fats in the yolk lower inflammation and give you consistent energy. Visual cue, yolk under soft light. Text overlay, vitamin D, strength, B12, energy, choline, focus, healthy fats, balance. When the white and yolk work together, your body gets more than just protein. It gets everything it needs to heal. The hormone connection and the cholesterol myth. People thought eggs were dangerous for a long time because of cholesterol. But big studies, like ones from Harvard University and the Cleveland Clinic, demonstrate that for most people, the cholesterol in their diet doesn't have much of an effect on their blood cholesterol. Your body actually uses the cholesterol and good fats in eggs to make hormones that are important for your health. These hormones, especially testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone, have a direct effect on how much muscle you keep and how much energy you have. When older people stop eating eggs because they are worried about cholesterol, they may not realize that they are cutting out nutrients that help keep strength. Eggs are a common part of the diet in tribes around the world that are noted for living a long time. Older people in Japan generally eat 1 to 2 eggs with vegetables or soup every day. Their rates of sarcopenia are among the lowest in the world. Eggs are a common part of traditional Mediterranean breakfasts in Greece and Italy. They are served with olive oil and nutritious grains. In rural Australia, farmers over 70 still start their days with eggs, which helps them stay active all day long. These examples show a simple truth. Power comes from both culture and biology. Communities that eat real healthy food stay healthy well into old age. You don't need sophisticated supplements. You just need to be consistent. 2 eggs in the morning provide you a full day of muscle assistance. Add fiber and healthy fats by serving them with a slice of whole grain toast, spinach, or avocado. If your stomach feels heavy, consider poached or boiled eggs instead of fried ones. They are gentler on the stomach but just as nutritious. Tip: after eating eggs, going for a short walk or doing some light resistance exercise might help your body absorb and use protein better. Keep in mind that you don't build muscle in the gym. You build it in the kitchen and keep it up with tiny daily tasks. Eggs versus vitamins. Protein beverages and powders can help fill in the gaps. But real food like eggs has something that powders don't: natural cofactors and enzymes that help your body digest and absorb protein more effectively. Supplements separate nutrients, but eggs give them to you in a living mix of vitamins, minerals, and lipids, just how nature intended. It's like hearing one instrument or the whole symphony. The egg, a little food that makes a big difference. Eggs show that simple answers are frequently the best ones. They are cheap, flexible, and full of nutrients that help create life. They help bridge the gap between comfort food and clinical nutrition. So keep this in mind the next time you eat breakfast. That little white shell has everything your body needs to heal, replenish, and fight the effects of time. Because every egg has not just protein but also potential. The science of timing. How protein is spread out throughout the day. One of the most common mistakes elderly people make when it comes to nutrition is consuming little protein for morning, and a lot of it for dinner. Research from McGill University and the University of Birmingham indicates that the efficacy of muscle growth is contingent upon the equitable distribution of protein consumption, preferably 25 to 30 grams per meal. Your body gets a lot of signals to develop and repair muscle tissue when you eat protein in little balanced amounts throughout the day. A basic rule. For breakfast, 2 eggs and Greek yogurt have about 25 grams of protein. Chicken or lentil soup for lunch, about 30 grain. Dinner, 25 grain of fish or cottage cheese. This rhythm keeps your body in a constant anabolic or muscle-building state. The role of leucine and the muscle switch. Leucine needs to be looked at closely. Researchers found in lab tests that the mTOR pathway, which tells muscles to grow, needs at least 2.5 grams of leucine per meal to work. Eggs, dairy, fish, poultry, and soybeans are all great sources of leucine. Lentils and other plant proteins have fewer of some amino acids, but when you eat them with grains or eggs, they balance out. Even a diet heavy in protein won't work if you don't get enough leucine. That's one reason why a lot of older people lose muscle mass even when they eat enough calories. Evidence from the real world. Case studies and groups. Let's have a look at patterns around the world. Researchers in Japan tracked more than 1,000 seniors between the ages of 70 and people who ate at least 2 eggs a day and fish dinners often had a 40% decreased risk of getting sarcopenia. Elderly people in Italy who ate a Mediterranean diet high in eggs, beans, and olive oil had far stronger grips than people their age who ate low-protein diets. The Broth age study in Australia indicated that seniors who combined 1.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight with simple resistance workouts were able to walk faster in 12 weeks. The data from these real-world studies all point to one conclusion. Protein sources that are balanced and high in leucine reduce muscle loss by a lot. Nutrients that help you get more results. Protein is merely one aspect of the whole picture. Several micronutrients make it work better. Vitamin D controls the balance of calcium and muscle function. Getting some sun or taking a supplement of 800 IU per day can assist. Omega-3 fatty acids. These are found in salmon and sardines. They lower inflammation and help the body use protein better. Magnesium and potassium. These minerals are found in leafy greens and bananas and help muscles contract. Antioxidants. They come from berries and colorful vegetables and protect muscle cells from oxidative stress. When you mix these nutrients with complete protein, you create the best environment for muscle repair, seniors' digestion and absorption. After age 60, the body frequently makes less stomach acid, which makes it harder to break down protein. To avoid this, use softer proteins like poached eggs, stewed salmon, or Greek yogurt instead, than excessively fried or fibrous ones. Fermented foods like kefir or sauerkraut contain enzymes and probiotics that help the body absorb nutrients better when they are eaten with protein. Even a little bit of movement before meals, such a quick stroll or light stretching, helps digestion by getting circulation to the digestive organs. The connection between muscle and mind. Recent research in gerontology shows that muscle tissue is not just mechanical. It also has metabolic functions. When muscles are active, they release myokines, which are messenger molecules that go to the brain and improve mood and memory. A Finnish study from 2022 found that seniors who kept their muscle mass by diet and modest activity did 30% better on cognitive tests than those who lost muscle quickly. Taking care of your muscles literally saves your brain. So keeping your muscles isn't just for looks. It's for life. A practical daily routine. Example. Here's a sample rhythm that comes from clinical nutrition programs. 7 a.m. in the morning. 2 boiled eggs. A slice of whole grain toast and orange juice to provide vitamin C. At noon, 12 p.m., chicken grilled or lentil soup with spinach and olive oil. Nighttime, 6 p.m., salmon baked with veggies and a Greek yogurt dessert. This mix gives you roughly 90 grams of protein and 8 grams of leucine, which is the amount found in several studies to reverse sarcopenia. Staying hydrated is still important. To keep your muscles flexible, drink 1.5 liters of water or herbal tea per day. Gentle movement makes things grow. Nutrition gives you the stuff you need, and activity teaches you how to use it. Doing simple resistance exercises like rising up from a chair 10 times, lifting light bottles, or walking quickly for 10 minutes makes dietary protein work twice as well. The European Working Group on Sarcopenia says that you should eat well and get at least 150 minutes of gentle exercise each week. This combination makes you less fragile, improves your coordination, and stops you from falling. Myths that are true. Myth. 1. Eating too much protein hurts the kidneys. 1.2 GkG day is safe for healthy older adults. Kidney damage only happens when there is already a disease. Myth 2. You can't build muscle with plant protein. Plant protein helps growth well when mixed correctly, such lentils with rice or soy with grains. Myth 3. After 70, it's too late to build muscle. Research on nursing home residents aged 90 indicates significant improvements following merely 8 weeks of specialized feeding. Real case. The change in Mrs. Ellen, who lived in Vancouver, said that at age 76, she had trouble getting out of bed and was often tired. She drank bone broth every day but didn't eat much solid protein. After a nutrition assessment, she started eating 2 eggs for breakfast, sardines twice a week, and cottage cheese at night. She could climb stairs on her own again, and her walking speed increased by 18% in 4 months. Her narrative shows what facts already show. age doesn't stop strength when the body gets enough leucine-rich protein. The future of healthy muscles in older people. Scientists now refer to muscle as the new vital organ. It controls blood sugar, boosts immunity, and even changes the chemistry of mood. New treatments focus on getting the right amount of protein, leucine, and vitamin D at the right times for each person. But the basics are still the same. Eat real food, have balanced meals, and exercise around every day. Let's go over what we've learned so far. 1. Bone broth is comforting, but it doesn't include the amino acids that muscles need to grow. 2. Eggs are a full source of protein and leucine, which is very important. 3. Eating protein at regular times throughout the day keeps you strong. 4. Nutrients include vitamin D, omega-3s, and magnesium that help the body get better results. 5. Gentle exercise makes sure that the nutrients turn into real energy. Sarcopenia doesn't have to happen. You can manage it and even reverse it using science-based diet. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this presentation helpful. Every week we share new evidence-based information that can help you live longer and healthier, so you can stay strong, alert, and independent after age 60. And now I have a question for you. Have you thought about adding eggs or other foods high in leucine to your diet? Please leave a comment about your experience. Your tale could help someone else get better. Remain informed, remain active, and remember that strength is not something you remember from your childhood. It's a choice you can make every day.